Okay, I can see chat. Chat is there. Everything is so fucking broken. Okay, let me try and figure out how the fuck I see other shit. All right. We're doing this super fucking sussily.
Ah!
She
I
literally
fucking
just ran
love
away.
knobs.
Mwah. There's your gator kiss. Dude, my OBS updated.
It
completely broke my OBS.
knobs.
I didn't have chat. I didn't have like subs and shit. My stream deck isn't working. Fucking nothing is working. I had to do an in-place upgrade of OBS just to get it to fucking launch. And I can actually see myself now. And I had to go open it up in a fucking browser to see chat and see your subs. As much as I would love to gator dance, I cannot gator dance today. And yes, do you remember? Do you remember? I remember the 21st night of September. Okay, give me a second. Mark, thank you for the 2 months. Moods, thank you for the 18 months. 6, thank you for the 20 months. Karma, thank you, Uncle, for the 21 months. October. Thank you for the 2 months as well. What caps am I waiting for 280? TCS 9009. Dude, everything looks different. It's so fucked. I hate this so much. I can't believe everything is fucking broken.
I fucking
Also,
love
thank you.
knobs.
For the Prime. Listen, I'm not gonna build shit. The plan was to play video games and like answer questions at the same time, but my fucking... What is that? Oh, I found half a switch. My freaking stream deck. Doesn't fucking work. On that note, how am I feeling these days post-surgery? I mean, they did my root canal, but I still have to go in, get it filled, get a crown on it, and then have the next tooth removed, and then they need to do an implant. I still have like fucking like 6 more appointments to go. I'll try to answer chat, but chat is like extra small today. Oh wait, it's literally an answer chat session, so I'm gonna open it up real fucking big on my screen. How about we do that? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's big. There we go. Is most of the pain gone because the infection is gone? No, most of the pain is gone because they removed the nerve of the tooth. And also, you know, the antibiotics helped clear up my jaw infection. Alessio and Lewis covered the IC. Can I look at the curve 0? I cannot. Everything is fucking broken. I can't switch scenes. I have chat really big on this screen, otherwise I can't see it. We're in fucking shambles, boys. Literal fucking shambles. I don't understand how OBS was like, this is a good time to update and push this live, even though everything is fucking broken. And then Stream Elements, the worst fucking offender, is like, welcome, please sign in. I press sign in, and it takes me to a black page. Good job.
I fucking love knobs.
Thank you, by the way, Bartis, for the Prime sub. That's beautiful. Is TGR Jane V2 ME QC by TGR? What do you mean ME? You mean CE? Ah, is the CE QC'd by TGR Sam? Yes, it is. Which is why the group buy is not done yet. New TGR? No, there is no new TGR. You know how I know this? You know how I know this? You know how I know this? Okay, Ah, shit, I don't have fucking... 1 second, I have to switch scenes with my mouse. You know how I know this? I know this for reasons. Don't leak? Yeah, I don't know what he said. I can't leak. Okay, now I can look. Okay, we're cool. Jane 2 Emmys on Monoke? Oh, then no, it's not a real TGR. The only real TGRs are TGRs being sold by TGR Sam. I'm sure the quality control will be fine. Caleb is really good at QC. But not a real TGR. Absolutely not. Look at it now. Can we look at it not now? Oh, it's another fucking Jane. Cool. It's gonna be a very expensive one. Oh, actually, 740 Singapore dollars? What is that? $522. That's same as the original buy. Nice. Nice. I guess. Oh, wait, where's chat? But Simon, it comes with an authentication card. I have the ultimate authentication card. I have a picture of me and TGR Sam kissing. But it sounds and types like one. What's the difference? No, I know mismatch. I highly doubt it's going to sound like the original. Just saying. I'm not going to go into details why. KQC wasn't the best. I had 2Ks and both were fucking flawless. In terms of QC at least. So I don't know what you're talking about. All these fake TGRs nowadays, haram. Oh, you mean kalam. Got it. There isn't internal weight. Okay, there. That's obviously not gonna sound the same. So there will be 2 keyboards that you related to. I don't understand what that even means. Also, my fucking camera's crooked. Stop being crooked. There. It's really light too. Oof. This is in stock. Okay. I mean, listen. Buy it if you want to buy it. It's probably still going to be like a decent keyboard, but it's not a real TGR. Okay. Real TGRs are designed by TGR Sam, manufactured by TGR Sam, quality controlled by TGR Sam, and then shipped in the next 5 to 10 years by TGR Sam. You went the latest round? Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of sus. Same price, but no weight. Well, inflation. The original CE came out in like 2018. In 2018 dollars, like this would be like a $400 keyboard. So, what do I think of the what in the fuck board? I fully support Alessio's and Lewis's take. Which is whatever they said, because I definitely watched the VOD and didn't sleep through the entire thing. What they did say is, it's fine, it's okay, it's passable. The fact that it's being run by a minor is something that you should be very careful about. So, fuck it. Kind of riding on the Jane hype train then? Yeah, of course. Anything with TGR in the name is riding off of TGR hype. But it's not a real TGR. That means the Lin board, the GAF 910, and this. You guys saw the GAF 910. Not great. So he maintains his own tooling and sets up his own CNC? No. I know where he manufactures, but you know what I mean. Like, he has input on the actual process. He decides what is good to ship and what is not. And to be fair, like, you know, anno matching hasn't been like S tier for TGR. Then again, it's never been S tier for anyone else. Simon, should I save money right now for the real TGR you mentioned? Yes, you should save your money because you may need it sometime in the future to purchase something. Caleb said this is a rolling release. Fine. In terms of long lasting, like 10 years, an alu board will obviously be the CNC polycarbonate board. Yes, because CNC polycarbonate is going to do 2 things. One, it's going to scratch really easily. And it's going to like, not dent, but like get fucked up really easily. Like you can scratch polycarbonate with your fingernail. Number 2, it's going to yellow. Over 10 years, it will yellow. 100%. Watch the VOD. They said to speed it up, but just talked faster, but still as long. Nice. Am I going to try the Tiger 80 Lite? I am not, unless the maker randomly sends me one for review and follows all my rules. Then maybe. Am I going to the Malaysian community meetup? I'd love to, but no. Like, if I had unlimited money, like if I didn't have to work for a living and like use all my free time like streaming and doing keyboard shit and losing a whole bunch of money doing that, if I had the money, I'd travel and just go to all the fucking meetups, meet all the people, dude. I'd love it. I want to go there. I want to meet Elaine. I want to meet Sam. I want to meet a lot of fucking cool people. But no, I only go to Dubai meetups because I can literally just like get there in 10 minutes. Isn't the what the fuck also $800? I'm fairly new into looking into group buys and geek hack, but isn't that a bit high? For something of the size, a little bit, yeah. But to be fair, like something I'm working on is gonna be like close to that price point. And people are gonna look at it and be like, isn't that high? I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's the price to make it. What do you want me to do? What is the real TGR layout? I'd show you, but my Jane 2 is at the office and my CE doesn't have switches and my Alice is too far. It's Alice. I think Alice is what I would consider like the true TGR layout, besides like, 10 keyless. But like the Alice layout was unique. TKL is not. And yes, I know it's EM7 derived and EM8 derived, but fuck off. It's new. Also your ooh, by the way, question mark. Will there be gaming today in the end? Or okay, so to those of you that missed the beginning of the stream, I don't even know how many people are watching, by the way, because like nothing works. My OBS is fucked. My Stream Elements is fucked. I can't see chat. I can't see like when people sub. I can't see when CodeBro redeems Simon sells out. But like I have a whole bunch of browsers open to try and get all the information. So I guess I'll sell out. Here's my sellout for the day. Okay. Also, how many people are watching? Can somebody tell me? Or do I have to? No, I'm just gonna figure it out myself. 1 second. I'm a big boy. Okay, it says 170. That's more than enough. Okay. So for the Simon Sells Out segment, instead of telling you to sub and like and tell your mom, if you live in the US and you would like to become a thought captain, or if you live in the EU and you would like to become a thought captain, please, first of all, read the announcement in Simon Announcements channel, and then let me know. The whole idea behind the Thought Captains is I want to do like a huge scale giveaway for Thoughttober. I'm gonna give away every cent I make from streaming. I mean, I technically never make money, but like anything that like would have gone into stream revenue, whatever it is, merch sales, subs, donos, Patreon, YouTube, Amazon, fucking everything, will go into basically financing giveaways for Thoughttober. And everybody that's in the community and has, something sitting around, like, I don't know, like an NCR 80 they're not using, or like whatever keyboard they're not using, or, some switches that they have too much of and they can give away 100, The idea will be like, if you got something like that, something that isn't garbage, but like you'd want to give to a good home or like a key set or whatever, you'd ship it to your nearest Thoughttober captain, basically. So there'll be one in EU, one in the US for North America, and one in Southeast Asia / Australia. And the idea is everybody would send their shit to them, and then the community council will determine who gets the giveaways and make sure that like people get something to get them started, something they're looking for, something that will help them out. And that's the whole idea. If you want to become a thought captain, basically what you do is boxes just arrive to your house, and you hold them until I tell you where to ship it to. And I'll cover like inbound shipping to you, if you have to pay customs or whatever, and I'll cover outbound shipping. So all it will cost you is your time. So like if you really want to like help out this Thoughttober and like you don't have cash or like spare shit to give away, consider becoming a thought captain for sure. All right, back to questions. How jacked to the tits am I for DCS 9009? I am quite jacked. Quite. Isn't there a higher failure rate with polycarbonate 2 due to warping? Yes, but that's at the manufacturing phase, not like later. It's not gonna warp while just sitting on your table. I wait every day for next Illuminati Works keyboard. You mean the NWO 5000? Me too. Did you get one of those Monoke pre-built boards for review? No. Caleb would never send me something for review. He doesn't send things to people for review. He sends things to people for showcase. And my review is irrelevant because it's not targeted to me. It's targeted to like absolute normies. Like, I was sent the Keychron Q3 and the K8 and I didn't do reviews on them because I'm not in a position to adequately review them. You know, for me, I'm just like, hey, the Q3 sucks balls, but the K8, pretty fucking good. And it's cheaper. Would you build a keyboard for the Sheik if I was paid egregiously? Because I know he'd be super bitchy about everything and call me like 3 years later and be like, there's a piece of dust in my Switch. Have I seen the new TGR Gargalon? I have. I saw it briefly on display at SawCon when I visited in early March. And, you know, honestly, Are the first batch of Gatorons after the Cherry patent expiring rare? I'd assume so, yeah. And they wouldn't be great anyways. Like, sure, they'd be broken in. For the record, like, I have a whole bunch of OG Gat Yellows. Because Gat Yellows were made for a while, then discontinued, then brought back. And if you're in the hobby, you've never touched an old Gat Yellow. Old Gat Yellow springs were magical. New Gat Yellow springs are just a normal fucking spring. But old Gat Yellow springs felt like 65 at the top, 65 in the middle, and 65 at the bottom. Obviously, they weren't exactly 65, but oof. I think I have those springs in like one of my like super nice builds. Ah, that one. In my Viper. With some like vintage blacks. Oh. How much storage space are we talking about? I don't like a corner. I don't know how much like people are planning to give away. So it could be like 3 boxes. It could be like 20. I mean, you can stack like vertically. But the important thing is like you're home and not traveling to like accept packages. And you have some time to like answer people's DMs on Discord. Because like the whole idea is to reach out to the thought captain and be like, hey, I have this to give away. And then the thought captain would be like, no, this is garbage. Please just, you know, don't waste your time shipping it. Or this is great. Can you please send me a picture of it? And then once they receive the item, they post it in the Discord channel saying, X person has donated this to the Thoktober giveaway. So that's what you have to do. Fernando, thank you, by the way, for the 18 months. All right, let's go. Do I like the Cartier tank? No. I understand that it's like it's a nice watch. I just hate the style. And it's like a good subdued watch where you can wear it like, nobody knows what the fuck it is. Nobody knows what a Cartier tank is. But then again, I could pack a fucking Gégé Lecoutre, you know, ultra slim perpetual calendar and nobody would identify it. People only know like fucking Rolexes and Richard Mille and I don't know, some other dumb fucking brands. Oh yeah. Langays, yeah, Langays are beautiful, but first of all, they're really big. Second of all, they're really expensive. All right, let me see if I can do this properly. Did I already give my opinion on Monoke X TGR Jane? I will give you my opinion on Saturday when I do group buy reviews. But yes, TLDR, it's not a real TGR. TLDRL, buy it if you want it anyways. All right, let's see if I can do this without fucking anything up. Hey, we got it. Wait, why is the shape so weird? Fuck it, whatever. We're playing some RuneScape. As we discuss shit. How about that? I move this way, and I put the RuneScape there. Fuck, there, it's up there. We're doing this. Do you think Key Cult is still relevant? No. Absolutely not. No, I'm sorry. I don't think Key Cult has ever been relevant. And that's not a dig at them, it's just my own personal opinion. They were never relevant to me. I don't think the maker of the Tiger 80 will send you the board to review because the maker is KBD fans. Yeah, we're better off just like not getting it. That'd be great. Not a real TGR means it won't sound or feel similar. It means it's not going to be QC'd by TGR sound. So, and also the internal geometry is different. So yes, it's not.
I
gonna sound
fucking
similar.
love
Might
knobs.
feel similar, maybe, because the TGR like chain 2 mount is fairly standard. Lento, thank you for the 17, 16, 19, 82. Thank you for the 82 months. Can you tell me why you love RuneScape? Apparently, I just love cock and ball torture. It's just so good. I just love being cucked. It just, makes me so horny. Okay. Do I have everything? Alright, I guess we're gonna YOLO this. I feel like I don't have the things I'm supposed to have, but fuck it. What is my goal currently in OSRS? I'm a nearly maxed level 3 Iron Man skiller. So my goal is to bank 99 herb, because I have 99 smith already banked, and crafting I can easily bank. My goal is to max as a level 3 Iron Man skiller, because CBT. Can you look at keyboard? No, not today. I've honestly, like, it's been such a shitty fucking, like, beginning of the week that, like, my plan was just to, like, have some drinks and just, like, fucking hang out with you dudes and maybe, like, play a little RuneScape on the side. Do a little farm run. Is coffee liqueur an acceptable morning time drink? If you put it in coffee, but then again, just put whiskey in your coffee, it's fine. Why do all the keyboard custom guys play RuneScape? We don't. Couldn't go back to playing RuneScape after selling my white party hat over a decade ago. If you want to feel like really, really shitty, I traded my red party hat for a Zamrock like plate body back in the day, and it like I wasn't like scammed or anything. Like they were of equal value. Can you answer me why Iron 180 is such a hollow and bad sounding keyboard? Because there are 3 things when it comes to keyboard design. You have aesthetics, you have sound, and you have feel. And generally, a good maker will prototype and test and refine to basically get the best of all 3. Like, why is the TGR Jane 2 such a like sought after board? Is it because like hype? No, it's objectively, aesthetically, sound and feel wise, probably one of the best TKLs ever made. So why is the Iron 180 not that? Because the designer prioritized shitty aesthetics. My opinion, shitty aesthetics. Maybe you like the aesthetics, but generally that's why. I guess shitty design in terms of like the keyboard triangle, I guess. How did such a mad lad like you end up in the Middle East? Where were you born? I was born in Narnia. It's a secret. I grew up in Massachusetts and went to California for a while, then New York for a while, and then I came here. As to why I came to Dubai, the story is very simple. I had a friend of mine, we worked together at the same company, and he left to essentially come live in Dubai with his mom. And I was like, okay, bye. And then he hits me up and he's like, hey, Simon, you should come to Dubai. It's pretty cool. And 2 weeks later, I packed up all my shit and left. And just come here. And the cherry on top of this fucking story is a year later, he left Dubai. And I've been here for like 7 years. But it's a super comfy place to live. It's super comfy in terms of like laziness. What is my go-to order at the coffee shop? I make my own coffee at home because I don't like overpaying for shit. I'm all about that value, baby. But like if I'm out, I'll just get a black coffee. Maybe like a little bit of milk in it. If it's a good coffee place, which like I've never been to one, I'll just get like a black coffee or an espresso. But if it's like a sussy one, then I'll just, get a latte or whatever. Do I talk about keyboards with my coworkers? A little bit. Like, they know I stream. They know the kind of shit I get up to. They see my boards at the office. They understand that boards get very expensive and shit like that. A little bit. I mean, they don't give a fuck. So obviously, like, I don't share any more than I have to. What is my favorite way to eat eggs? With my mouth? Unless you mean like my favorite preparation. Hey, I love all the preparations of eggs. Hard-boiled, fantastic. Because hard-boiled, you can toss them in a bag, fucking munch on them later, get some salt and pepper or some salt and cumin. Oh, so fucking good. Or, scrambled eggs in the morning. Oof, that's great. Put them on some toast with some cheese, like some cream cheese. Oh, now I'm gonna get fucking hungry. Omelet, as long as it's like full of cheese, also acceptable. Sunny side up, if like there's a method of doing sunny side up where you put a little bit of garlic and you put like some soft cheese on top. Oh, TLDR with cheese. Icy Philip, thank you for the eggplant. That is very kind of you. You lived in Dubai with your mate's mom? No. Is that the reason why your Twitch name is Black Simon? The reason why my Twitch name is Black Simon is in 2001 or 2002 when I created my first RuneScape account. I was trying to think of like a username that sounded cool, like a dark wizard kind of thing. So I named myself Black Simon. My name's not Simon. Clearly not black. But yeah, my name came from RuneScape. What is my preferred way of brewing coffee? I mean, I have like an actual espresso machine, but I just use a drip coffee maker because fuck it. Can't be asked. Had to sub because pre-roll ads were cucking me on my timing. I promise you, if it was something I could disable, I absolutely would. Like, fuck ads. Absolutely fuck ads. Fuck them in the ass. Wait. Hello? Okay, there we go. I guess they changed it. It's just muscle memory. All right, Redwood. Yeah, we have a Redwood. Would you ever change your name to Simon Black? No. I mean, maybe. I mean, yes. Maybe. No. One of those. Y'all trying to steal his RuneScape security questions? See, the secret, by the way, to all security questions is to have like a completely unrelated answer to the actual question. That way, even if somebody reads the questions and gets the information, they're still fucked. Oh no, my dragon fruit tree died. Oh, you guys can't. And my Celastris, wow, everything died. Well, feels bad. All right, Redwood, and we're gonna protect it with 6 dragon fruits. I haven't played this game in 66 days, by the way. I know, because it told me. Nice. All right, give me 1 second. Let me finish up this farming contract. Dwarf weed. That's why I didn't want to plant this. Because you never know what kind of weeds they're gonna ask you to grow. I'm all about growing those weeds, baby. Dude, my muscle memory, I haven't played in almost 70 days, but my muscle memory knows exactly where everything is in my bank. You can't be socially engineered even if you don't know what the fuck the answers are. It's the age-old technique of if I don't even know what I'm doing, how the fuck is anybody else supposed to know what I'm doing? That's the big brain play. All right, we're gonna clean these herbs and then plant a tree and then we'll hang out. Hola, Simon. Hola. Shouldn't be a real answer. Should be another password. Yeah, but then you have to remember a password. You just have to remember, like, cause and effect scenario. Like if somebody, like, what was your first car? I'd be like, eggplant mobile. Or, you know, what's your mother's maiden name? Your mom gay. Easy to remember, but like anybody actually trying to dox you is never gonna get it. It's my favorite anime. Gurren Lagann. I love it. Followed by Code Geass. And yes, that's how it's pronounced. Code Geass. Love it. And 3, I guess, Death Note, because Death Note is spicy. We do enjoy. Will I still be in Dubai for the foreseeable future? I don't know. My brother and like other families like trying to drag me back to the US, and I'm just like, I'm not loving it, but you know, maybe. I would consider, perhaps, under like amazing circumstances. Why no Berserk? I've tried to watch it and it's just, I don't know, it's not for me. Like, it's like too dark, gritty. I've been watching Castlevania. It doesn't qualify as an anime, but that was pretty good. Simon Big Weeb, yep. I chose a fictional character and answer security questions according to their life. That's big brain, D&D. You gotta RP that shit. They'll never see it coming. You just gotta remember your character's backstory, though. Gurren Lagann Goat, yep. Hello, I think your boost brought me here. Question? What boost? What? Question mark? Any thoughts on youngins for their watches? They're okay. It's by no means like, you know, it's not IWC, but they're very cool in their design style, I guess. Yeah. You don't want to taste freedom water again? I taste freedom water all the time, baby. All the time. All right, we did our farm run. We can just fucking, I don't even know. Go cut a tree or fish a fish or some shit. What can I do that's like not click intensive so I can look at you guys? I can runecraft. Nah, that's like a lot of fucking clicking. I just want to click a redwood tree, but then I chopped it down like a dumbass. I don't fucking know. Maybe consider watching the new Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's only 12 episodes on Netflix. I don't have Netflix, but I have piracy. Maybe. I'm not super big into anime. Twitch is testing the new boost feature. Your channel has been boosted. Oh, cool. I have no idea why, but okay. Welcome to the worst keyboard channel on Twitch. I really want a Tissot, mainly it's because it's the only proper watch I can afford. Listen, there's no shame in like not spending like multiples of thousands of dollars like on a watch. But I do recommend, like, if you're trying to get like a nice mechanical watch, get like, aim at like the $800 mark. At $800, you start getting real good shit. Like Swiss made with ETA movements, easy to service, cheap to service, will actually last an entire lifetime. Below that, I'd just be like, get something super cheap to like fucking get you by, you know. Any keyboard content, we can talk about keyboards with our mouths. My channel was recommended to 1,100 people so far. I don't know how any of this works. My OBS broke, so like none of my streaming tools are working. I can't switch scenes. I can't do shit, so we're just talking, I guess. Black Simon for US ambassador. No, fuck that place. I don't want to be an ambassador for the US. Any favorite documentaries? Okay, so fun fact, I hate documentaries. I absolutely loathe documentaries. I will read. I'll go like, I won't watch a documentary. If I'm gonna like watch something to learn about something, I'll watch like a video that explains something, not a documentary. Because a documentary is a narrative, and I don't like people telling me what to think. I'll think what I fucking want to think. Nice shirt. Can you show it? Yeah. It says Rama Lama Ding Dong. This is inspired by a dress that Kate had made, ex-Rama Kate. And this is a one-of-one shirt with the same design that was made with permission. Even the best shit like Planet Earth. Okay, that's not a documentary. That's just like Earth porn. I'm down for that. Have I typed on the Prophet? Was there one at the Meetup? I don't think so. I thought the idea of pin mount, like in my head, sounded really stupid. But then Max explained it to me, and lots of people typed on it and explained it to me, and I'm just like, you know what? Okay. Make keyboard documentary? This is the keyboard documentary. Man in shambles loses his last shred of dignity and life because keyboards. Hey Simon, can you hurry up with those G80 keyboards you are making? I'll have you know that my work is done. I'm just waiting for somebody to finish their work. A Tissot with a real movement is around 1,100 Canadian dollars, which isn't crazy. I mean, if that's close to $800, I'm about to sneeze and my mute button doesn't work. Excuse me, sorry. Stream Deck doesn't work because OBS fucking updated. Good starter watch would be like the Frédéric Constant Index, which you can buy used, like brand new used, for like $700 to $800. The movement is fantastic. It keeps better time than like my way nicer watches. Simon, which DJ did you get back then? What? What do you think is the easiest way to get into Topra is? Go on Mercari or get a friend in Japan and be like, bro, find me a real Force for like under $100, and they'll find you one. And then you get it. Did I open a build commission for keyboards? Yeah, I do builds, but shipping to Dubai and shipping back specifically is really expensive. So it's rare when I'll get like build commissions. I charge $40 for like whatever you want. Did you also hear about what Rolex potential direction will be like? It's going to be basically impossible to get in the future. That's always been the case. It's always been the case. That's why like a Datejust is like $6,000 like at the Rolex store, but like $12,000 on the open market. They're fully capable of making more. And for the record, Rolex makes like 2 million Rolexes a year. That's a crazy amount. So I don't know. I'm slowly starting to hate Rolex, little by little. I want to just sell all my shit and get a nice fucking Jaeger de Coutre. What do I look for in a watch? The fact that it will hold or appreciate in value, generally. How good it keeps time. For example, my Submariner and my GMT Master keep shit time. My way cheaper IWC Pilot and Speedmaster keep way better time. My Frédéric Constant Index was $800 and keeps better time. And also how easy/cheap it is to service. So like how long will it stay accurate and how cheap will it be to service? So if you're going with something like a Seiko, the fancy one that everyone likes, that's not true fucking mechanical, that one, it's expensive as fuck to service. After 5 services, you've bought a watch basically. So you can also buy a Tissot in person. No, never buy from a store. Never buy a watch from a store. It's like a car. Not this day and age, but it's like a car overall, where the second you leave the lot, it loses 10 to 20% of value. I have never bought a new watch. Don't buy a new watch. That's just stupid. So you're in Dubai, right? Yep. They've been really cutting their sports model and pumping out lower end to boost sales. Which GMT Master do I have? The standard. Blue. Batman. Grand Seiko, thank you. Spring drop, yes. Thank you. Finally just caught up to chat, goddamn. Oof. I don't understand why in-person loses value compared to online. When I say online, it's not buying new. You're buying from somebody who bought it before. MSRP is what you're going to pay at a store. Secondhand market is what you're going to pay for on the open market. And in like mid to lower tier watches, and I'm not saying that in like a shitty way, they will instantly lose a set amount of value the second you walk out of the store with them. The second it's no longer new, it loses all its value. Not all its value. A significant portion of its value. So you can literally buy the same fucking watch at the store or from a guy that bought it from the store, never wore it, for 10 to 20% cheaper. I've been looking into German watch brands. IWC makes good shit and you can pick up cheap IWCs. My IWC Pilot was like $1,900 and it's a chrono. And it's a fucking sick chrono. And I know that sounds really expensive to a lot of you that aren't into watches, but for the watch that it is, it's such a good fucking price. Thoughts on spring mount, Simon? Love it. Online secondhand watch store, buy from Chrono24 exclusively. They will offer you protection in case something is lost, something is damaged, you get scammed. It's very cool. It works. But what if you want those? If you want those VIP watches, you have to go through a dealer. Well, if you're looking for VIP watches, the dealer's not going to sell it to you unless you have a long-standing history and having bought a lot of watches from him and made a lot of money for him. Then he would sell you one of those VIP watches. Like if you're 200K in with an AD, an authorized distributor, then you'll start getting those watches, and it's really not fucking worth it. Just buy it secondhand. Do you buy keyboard from the shop? No, we buy keyboard from the makers, the hobbyist makers who make a nice keyboard. Switch recommendations for an F1 8X. Trying to try something new because I build everything with cherry lately. I was literally going to say cherry. Cherry.
I fucking
If there is one
knobs.
board that you build with MX blacks and spring swap, obviously, it's the F1. Factually. Like I've tried to build with so many things and it's just perfect with cherry. Why get a watch when you can just get an Apple Watch Ultra Keck? Well, because one will last for 2 years and one will last for 200. Chrono24 has insane tax. They charge 6% to the person selling, not the person buying. Gilbert, thank you for the 28 months. Papa, give me a close-up of your beard. You got it, baby. Oh, fuck, this is gonna be so hard. I have to, like, click things. Alright, wait. Okay, nobody panic. Alright. We said beard, right? Not cock. There you go. Two birds, one stone. Does Gian build all his boards with blacks? I think he does now. Gateron Azure Dragon feels and sounds good. Sure. How do you feel with the scratch in Hyperglide's black? The thing about like cherry switch scratch is one, it'll buff out with usage, but it sounds scratchier than it is. Like if you were to just audibly compare switches, you'd think that cherries are scratchy as fuck, but they're not actually. They just sound super scratchy. You may have gotten a really bad batch. Like I've been buying Hyperglides from China in large quantities and thus far have had relatively good batches. So I'm not complaining. Dear Simon, you are getting old with the white beard strands. It's from Group Buy Reviews. I have wrinkles and white hairs now because of you guys. Hello, how do I find out what type of keys I have on my keyboard. All it says is it's a USB wired keyboard. That is a very cute question. I can't help you without images. Is it like a mechanical keyboard? And by keys, do you mean switches or do you mean caps? 'Cause those are two different things. Because like this would be the switch. And then, wow, for once I don't have caps on my desk. Caps are the thing that goes on the switch. Have I tried Triple H H1s? I have not. I'm being serious. It's okay. I'll help you. Let's fucking do it. I'll help you out. I'm sorry. It's just a very cute question. Because you walked into like the most enthusiast like keyboard stream of all time. Also, it's almost October, so we all got to do our parts. Why are modern boards not as good as older stuff? I was at a meetup this weekend and the best board was a 360C. I mean, okay, listen. The Corsa is good, but like the Jane is just as good, if not better, than a Corsa. A 280S is as good as a Corsa, in my opinion. There's a lot of boards that have surpassed OTD, but there's way more boards that haven't. All right, you have an Advent keyboard you paid $4.99 for. Let's Google that, figure out what that is. That is a normal keyboard. That is a very, very, very normal keyboard. So what was your question? What type? What type of switches? It would be like rubber domes over a membrane, most likely. Like bottom of the barrel, super cheap. You won't be able to modify like, you know, the feel or the sound or the keycaps or anything. Like if you want to get into like actually customizing a board, like we're talking like $70, give or take. You do a lot of typing, you like how light depresses, you want something similar. Similar to really light rubber domes. It'd be difficult to get. Especially at full size. I'm gonna recommend something to you and it's gonna be really expensive. It's a lot more than $4.99, but it's really, really good. You could potentially get a Real Force 104 or 101U. Somebody in chat correct me if it's the wrong reference. But a full-size Real Force keyboard, especially if you can buy it used, if you can get a nice used unit, like in good condition, oh, you'll have a great fucking time. It's a fantastic keyboard. You wanted some backlight. I think you'd have to buy like a way newer generation Real Force, and those you may not be able to like find for cheap used. Listen, backlight isn't all it's cracked up to be. Unless you're literally just sitting in the dark typing and you need to visually look at your keyboard, then okay. FC 980? Yeah, but that's a 980 layout, not a full size. My pleasure. Managed to get a Real Force 87U for $150. That's not bad. I'm impressed by shiny thing. Fair enough. Let me show you some shiny. Look how shiny this is. Oh, it even has like a paragraph of text on the back. It's a shiny keyboard right there. That shine. I literally have 3 keyboards on my desk. How shiny is this one? Oh god, it's so heavy. Is this shiny? No. It's not as shiny. It's a lot nicer though. And the third one is absolutely not shiny. Can Topra switches be called as membrane or mechanical. They're not membrane. They're capacitive. So membrane doesn't refer to the rubber dome. It refers to what happens after you press the rubber dome. A membrane means just a thin plastic sheet on top of another thin plastic sheet. And when you press it in the right spot, the top hits the bottom and it completes the circuit. Whereas capacitive is a lot more complicated. But the Model M, for example, which over there, it's far. The Model M is a membrane. It's a buckling spring, but it's membrane. So the membrane versus capacitive is irrelevant because that's just how the PCB works. It would just be called cup rubber. You know, there's nothing wrong with rubber domes. Yo. Membrane is not the switch. IBM, yeah, okay. He just said all the things that I said, probably before I even said them. Yep. Does membrane mean actuation at the bottom out? Yes. If by actuation you mean like electrical actuation, not mechanical actuation. Because with a rubber dome, the mechanical actuation is very high up and the dome then collapses. But the electrical actuation, it's not actuation, it's just completing the circuit, is at the bottom out, so yes. Simon, what color would you anodize an XRF with beige OEM caps? Is it not already anodized? It should be. I would not ruin Zondat's anodizing. Am I liking the thick pink? Thick PC? Question mark? Oh, I don't know. It's not built yet. Anything you can do for MX Clear so they don't mess up the keycaps with their large stems? Nope. I mean, just put the caps on. It's fine. What is the best keyboard of the year so far, in my opinion? Well, to be fair, there's only one keyboard that I ordered this year and also got this year, and it was the Sandglass. So, Sandglass. Latest XRF is available as raw. Do not buy raw boards. Do not buy raw boards. There is no way you're going to do better than Noxery anodizing, period. You're just not. And two, raw boards are a bitch to deal with because they will oxidize. They oxidize the millisecond after their machine. So I would not. If you know a place that can do like good Cerakote, maybe. Good Cerakote. But in general, I would never buy a raw aluminum board unless like I was like, I need to have it in this specific Pantone and this is the exact maker I'm going to be using to finish it. And I had everything figured out. Fine. Any idea when or if I'll get my Rama Thermal Sequence 2? I have no idea, buddy. I have no idea. The last Rama board I ordered was the M60 and I hated it so fucking much. But before that, I had the M65, which was good for the time. It was $250. It was a good 65%. I traded it for a Duck Viper with Max F, who honestly got scammed in that transaction. In the moment the keystrokes are registered, buckling springs need to bottom out to actuate. They don't actually bottom out. It's called buckling spring because the spring buckles, and when it buckles, then a flipper actually hits the membrane. So you don't need to bottom out to actuate on a buckling spring. Didn't you build a board with a 5mm plate? It was me. But we didn't actually build it. We just put the switches in. We didn't solder. Any opinions on KBTRE or PC66 and not any opinions on Vortex recent keyboards? All of that is like hieroglyphs to me. I don't know what any of those are. And Vortex is... sorry, has this been asked? You saw the TGR Jane collab? I will talk about it on Saturday. But yes, I saw it. Shark is here. What am I going to do? Build stream? Monday. Monday we'll build it. We're still waiting for caps. I know this looks like a completed build, but it's not. It's not soldered, and these are not the caps that are meant to be on here. And these are not the switches that are meant to be on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to desolder the 1.2 OG. The 1.2 OG. put the switches in this, and then fucking thawk out with our cocks out. I think Xerox looks nice on the blue gray. Not as good as beige will look. To be honest, the blue gray is really fucking nice. If the matching on my 280S was better, like it's good, it's just not perfect. If the matching of my 280S was better, I would prefer this color over my TGR Jane 2 color. Because this is more of a blue gray. My Jane 2 is blue with a little bit of gray. The whole point of blue gray is depending on the light, it can look blue or it can look gray. Kind of like those like car paints, where like from one angle it looks purple and from the other it looks, I don't know, something else. But this is actual blue gray. They did a good job. When is Angle review coming? Sunday. IBM Model M SSK are the new Unicomp board. Practical wise, for me, I own an original SSK. I would recommend you get an original SSK. I know it's hard. And if you can't, just buy a full-size OG Model M for like 50 to 60 bucks. Hey Simon, what would you describe the sound spectrum of FR4 PC Alu palm plates be like? I'm gonna ask you to wait for my next YouTube video. Let's do some leaks. And forgot nothing fucking works. Okay. Plates. There it is. This will be the video after the Angle review on youtube.com/BlackSimon. So I'm working on it, and it'll be like a good explainer of the feel, of the sound, of everything. But if you need something now, you can do !science and go to the science sheet. And from the, oh shit. That is the wrong science sheet. Okay, this one. You go here, and then you have plate sound. And there's a whole thing of plate material, finishing, thickness, type, cutouts, and how it affects acoustics, but not feel. This is purely acoustics based. But if you want to... What the fuck? Hello? Hello? Okay, we're good. No stream deck equals pain, but you get the idea. Beige looks good on everything, yes. Who is my favorite moderator? Goya. Where to find an IBM Model M for 60 bucks? If I said it out loud, it would no longer be the place. So you gotta look at your local listings, look around, and be smart. Any answer that you hear publicly is going to be the wrong answer because everybody's going to try and take advantage of it. Any recommendation top mount for 150 to 200 bucks? That's a good fucking question. Chat? Top mount 200 bucks? Because like all the Keychron stuff is gasket. The keyboard by Monokay, like the standard, is gasket. Like, who makes a good cheap top mount? I saw a gray badge one in Japan for $300? That's not great. Unlucky. Thank you for the 17 months of watching the most handsome keyboard cuck in Dubai. I also have a question regarding tape mod. Do you think it's fine to put tape mod on my Mr. Suit to make it not sound as muted? If it sounds really muted, remove the foam. Tape mod is going to mute it even more. And I know I'm smiling. It's like I'm treating you like a dumbass. But I'm just smiling because your question is cute. The reason why it sounds muted is because it's full of foam. Remove the foam. Once you remove all the foam, you'll hear what a keyboard is supposed to sound like. Yeah, Canon Keys Brutalist stuff is top mount, but I don't think it hits that price point. Which keycaps would I put on a gold Heine TKL1? Listen, you can never go wrong with beige. Like, listen, it's nice having colors, and if you like colors, fucking go for it. But for me, beige, fuck it, beige. You put beige on anything, it looks good. 300 for an SSK is bad. Yeah! Unless prices have shot up. Mine was like 180 for like brand new. For like a 1987 unit that was like untouched. The suit has a lot of meme cuts, muting the sound. That's not how meme cuts work. Meme cuts would brighten up the sound, therefore make it louder. The real reason why it sounds is the flex cuts? Everybody's saying flex cuts. Really? You actually removed all foam except for the case foam, running with alu plate as well. Huh. Doesn't sound pop as I expect. Well, pop is something you get from putting the foam in. Also, pop is not like something measurable. So use measurable. High pitched, low pitched, loud, quiet. Those are the 4 things. When did I buy it? Before things went crazy. Okay, I think the place to put the foam back in. Everything little space has cuts on the PCB and the plate on the suit. Eesh. Things are not crazy now. They're still like, all right, so like post-COVID peak, things got 10 out of 10 crazy. Now they've calmed down. They're like 6 out of 10 crazy. When I bought my SSK, we were at like 2 out of 10 crazy. We need to get back to 2 out of 10 crazy, where, you know, people can join TGR raffles and actually win a board. And I'm not talking about the gaff. That doesn't count. I thought meme cuts make the board quieter. Please explain why it's louder. It's actually not quieter or louder. Having cuts in the plate will increase the pitch because you have less surface area to diffuse the vibrations, right? And you're causing typing vibrations to go through a thinner surface. Thinner surface will sound higher pitched than a wider or bigger surface, right? Small object makes ping, large object makes pong. And generally, higher pitch sounds louder. Lower pitch sounds quieter. Not always, but that's kind of the rule that's kind of the relationship. High pitched things can be heard from further away than low pitched things. Not like over kilometers, but like a meter away. The last round of TGR has not completed yet. It actually has. It actually has. I will quote. Just sent the last few out today, actually. It has been complete as of 6:16 p.m. today. So, TGR Jane V2CE, group buy completed. What's up? Leaking? Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to update. Does this mean we get real TGR boards now at some point in the future that I cannot determine the length of? It could be a month, it could be a year, it could be 10 years. It's one of those 3. So top mount around 150 to 200. If possible, you're probably gonna have to keep an eye out. Go on Canon Keys, check out their Brutalist series. Like they're wrecked, they're obliterated, they're I don't know what the other ones are called, but they might be a tad over budget, but they're good top mounts.
Love knobs.
Oxy, thank you for the 20 months. So the play is to wait for real and skip Monoke stuff. I personally would, but you know, if you think that it's a good board for a good value, which it likely is, go for it. Whether or not it's a real TGR, it's kind of irrelevant. Like Caleb's quality control is still going to be good. Is it going to be as good as TGR Sam? Unclear. I don't know. Remember that Originative did a run of the Jane 1.5, and it was dog shit.
So. I fucking love knobs.
Hey, thank you for the 6 months and the Prime sub. Plate recommendation for... Oh, wait, one at a time. Did you join any GMK group buy this year? Nope, I have been GMK free since 1993. No, since 2020. The last GMK set I bought was Handerbait. And I stopped buying GMK because their prices got too high and their lead times got too long. And their quality control kind of stumbled a little bit. And me as a customer, not a consumer, customer and hobbyist in this hobby was like, I'd rather just pay for CRP. CRP is cheaper. CRP ships faster. CRP has better quality control. So I bought a buttload of CRP. I did buy a DCS set though. Plate recommendation for an Alps build Lin montage. Depends how you want to. Okay, depends on the Alps, but steel. Steel. I know it sounds fucking stupid, but steel. Trust me. Steel in Lin boards with Alps? Kinda lit. TGR Jane V2 around 4K here. Yeah, it's come down. GMK Greg Wen, it's right there. It's right there. It's literally on my Viper, looking at you. Greg is staring at you with his soulful, soulless eyes. BDZ good for stabs, or just stick with 205 grade 0? So, if actual genuine question, which I assume so, youtube.com/Black Simon, or just do exclamation YouTube. I have a dedicated guide to stabs, but I'll TLDR it for you. For plastic to plastic connections, you want to use 205 grade 0. For wire to plastic connections, use whatever the fuck you want. You can use Dragon Ball Z, you can use G0, you can use Superlube, you can use dielectric, you can use anything because they serve different purposes. The plastic to plastic is to reduce rubbing contact as much as possible, whereas the wire to plastic connection is all about reducing sound specifically. So, totally fine. Use your Dragon Ball Z. Is CRP higher quality than 21 KB Xiaomi keycaps? Significantly. And considering that Xiaomi keycaps used to be $25 to $28 and are now $70, abso-fucking-lutely. Because CRP is like 70 and destroys Xiaomi. I remember that you recommended the cheapest good watch is Frederic Constant Classic Index. Since you said you don't get brand new, do I look for pre-owned? Yeah, look for pre-owned in very mint condition. You'll get a better deal than buying it new at the store, and it's gonna be the same product. Oranges or salmons? That's good. Yeah. Thin steel, 1.5 mil max. How to Korea? I don't have a guide for that, but I do have a guide for how to China. How to Korea is a little bit more complicated. How I have Korea'd all these years is getting a Korean friend, and just being like, bro, please help me with this. But me, myself, doing the research, going on KVD Lab, finding the particular things I want to buy, and being like, can you buy this for me, please? I'll give you $20. It's worked for me so far. Did Keychron upgrade their aluminum quality? Nope. From what I have, nope. Maybe they did after that. Are there any boards that's good for SA? Okay, listen. First of all, I own 2 SA sets. I've typed on SA for an extended period of time. Do not ask me about SA. It gives me PTSD. Is there any key set better than GMK white on black on the market right now? Yes, all of them, because GMK white on black is sold by Mass Drop, and you're gonna get the most terrible quality control of all time. Are there cases still pinging like before? The Q3, yes. The K8, no, because it's plastic. Want to buy Korean friend? Buy it. Xiaomi quality is alright, but IMO, they're too thick. They're making the board sound muted. Lots of people are saying muted today, but yes. Yeah, consider Shenpo, by the way. Shenpo is available on Taobao for like $28. I got 2 of their sets. I have a set on... I have 3 sets. I have one on my K8. I have one on my F1. And I have one somewhere else. I don't know where the fuck it is, but it's definitely on a keyboard. For $28, fantastic. Do you think the Rolex Explorer 242mm is worth its purchase? I was looking at that watch. The market right now is not a good market for buying a Rolex. Prices are coming down. So you'd be buying in a losing market. For reference, my GMT Master has lost like $4,000 to $5,000 from when I bought it, which kind of fucks up the whole point of buying a Rolex. You buy a Rolex so you know you can sell it for more in the future, and now you're kind of locked into being cucked. Are there no Korean proxies? There are, but it's complicated to do. Dear Simon, why are you so wholesome today? Because I've just had the shittiest fucking week and like I just want to chill and like not use my hands. I just want to chill with you guys and fucking just talk shit. And so far, mission accomplished. So, hey. It was literally like my two options were like stream non-keyboard content or like make a blanket fort and cry inside. So, how many keycap sets do I have? I don't know. A lot. Thoughts on Enigma Infinitum? I think if you have $635 burning a hole in your pocket and a time machine to go back in time, you should go back in time and kick yourself in the balls for wanting it in the first place. Was looking at some that are slightly below MSRP. Really? Okay, maybe. Keep in mind though, like long term, a Rolex won't need to be serviced as often as another watch, generally, as long as you don't fucking like throw it off a cliff. However, it's a little bit expensive to service because it is a Rolex, and two, it doesn't keep great time. Like, you'll get like 10 to 15 seconds per day drift, which 10 seconds is acceptable, 5 seconds is better, but like I have some watches that are like 1 second drift. You are playing ASMR? Am I? Really? Who did this? No, it still says makers and crafting. Thanks for keeping us entertained even with all the shitty things that are happening to you. Listen, like, remember that a lot of streamers, like, they stream to make a living, okay? And I respect that. It's totally fine. And remember that, I know nobody redeemed sell it. Remember that this is literally a not-for-profit stream. I literally do not stream for the money. I literally don't get a cent of the subs or the donos or any of that shit. Yeah, sure, it goes to, like, crazy camera equipment. But, like, I don't even get to keep that if I decide to quit streaming. Like, remember that I stream because I love streaming. I stream because I love fucking just hanging out with you guys, so fuck it. I'm not a big fan of Cherry Profile. Do you have any idea if the ACO ASA keycaps are any good? I do not. Really? You're not a fan of Cherry Profile? Consider DCS? Like, consider trying DCS. Like, go to a meetup and try DCS. You might actually really fucking like it. Like, I literally delayed the build for this board because my DCS caps are not here. Because, like, it's all about, like, how things marry together. Like, you may not like Cherry Profile on some boards, but you might love it on other boards, you know? In the same way that, like, there is in every keyboard a specific plate, switch, cap combo that just hits right. Can you do a video on what you should be expecting in 2022 based on the price of the board? I don't know what that means. Oh, like what type of like board you should be getting? Again, really fucking depends. Like there isn't like a price of like if I pay $500, I should expect this. It depends on the maker. It depends on their quality control standards. It depends on the complexity of the keyboard. It depends on how many boards are being made. It depends on so many things. In general, though, when we do group buy reviews every Saturday, by the way, we go through like all the new projects for the week, and I give my input about like, does this seem like a fair value? Is this going in the right direction? Is this overpriced? Is this expensive but still worth it? That's something we cover every week. So if you like that, drop in on Saturday. I'd like to try the Keychron Q3 for 150. Don't buy the K8. Buy the K8 Pro. I have the Q3 and the K8, and the K8 is cheaper and fucking better in every way. It's so good. Oh, there's ASMR playing. And the mosque. We love you no matter what. Nice. Enigma's still around. Thoughts on the Loki 65? Exclamation recap. Control H. See if it's in there. If it's not in there, I probably won't look at it today. But I don't remember it. Am I looking forward to DCS Prussian Blue? No. Oh, cough. Have you gotten into DCS? No. I'm not buying things. I don't have money. Thoughts on Sperno 59? That one is definitely in the recap sheet. Exclamation recap. I remember covering that because I changed the name to Spermo 69. I'm guessing you already covered the new Jane thing? I will on Saturday. What kind of Gégé Lecoutre would you buy if money existed? A Gégé Lecoutre Master Ultra Thin Perpetual Calendar. With a metal bracelet. Not the standard leather one. What is the song playing? It is called Deep Waters by Edgar Hopp. H-O-P-P. Do you reckon the Pelagos 39mm would be a nice watch? Don't know it. Oh, wait. What does a builder need to do design? You mean maker need to do design-wise to make you consider a $700 board? Crazy machining, bringing something new to the table, some exotic materials, that means like brass, stainless steel, whatever, being used adequately, or a large enough keyboard, or enough pieces for it to be worth that much. Like if it's like a 7-part board that requires the 7 parts to fit together, fine, $700. I get it. More parts means more machining, means more price. More exotic material means more price. So yeah. Will you cover it before or after the build? Before. Build is on Monday. Group buy reviews is on Saturday. Do you not know how like time works? I'm confused a bit because for some people they put a piece of sticker on stab area and some prefer not to. What do I recommend? Definitely watch my stab video, exclamation YouTube. I prefer dealing with things intelligently. A lot of people will be like, oh, here's a keyboard I'm gonna build. Let me put all the foam and tape mod it and holy mod the stabs. What the fuck are you doing? Why? Why are you doing the things? That's the question. Why are you doing the thing in the first place? Simon, should I film my cherry blacks? Okay, do your cherry blacks have a problem that necessitate you filming them? You know? It's the same basic thing. So if your stabs are unusually ticky and you've tried the natural things, then yeah, you can holy mod them basically. I have not joined DCS Vert. What was the song before that? No way to know. Thought the build was on Saturday? No. Have I tried holy modding your butthole? Yes. Oh, we cut. How about 60 and TKL with wing kilos around 150 to 200 except QK60 and 8X? That is very specific. That's a rough price point. Like, I understand that, like, if you don't have more money to spend, you don't have more money to spend, but that is a rough price point. Because, like, the first thing that comes to mind for a 60 is the auger. And the auger is fucking great, but it's like $270. Like, what else would be good at that price point? I wouldn't know for sure. Like, keep in mind, I look at like 50 projects per week, every week for the last 2 years. So like, thoughts on cumulonimbus clouds? 9 out of 10. Cirrus clouds win. Is it Cirrus? Sirius? One of those. Good theory on modding. So many YouTubers instantly mod new boards. It's like salting food they haven't tasted. That's exactly what it's like. Why are you doing things to a board if there is no problem that needs to be resolved? For example, I could be typing on switches that are very fucking smooth. Be like, should I lube all my switches? Well, are your switches not smooth? Okay, consider breaking them in, then lubing them. But if your switches feel fine, why are you going to lube them? Why are you going to film them? All of that. When is Augur even happening? Soon. Join the Discord. His Discord, Jeff. I love the design of the Minerva LX, but the $500 price tag I can't get behind. That's another one I can't remember. Would you actually want to review the Cloudlight? That one I do remember. No, I'm cool, dude. Cool. Do you see how many fucking TKLs I have? You have to understand that my TKL standards are really high. Please remove ASMR from this playlist. Okay, you know what? You make a fair point. There. Do you reckon the hobby has reached a point of saturation? Yes, but before. Like, there are so many boards being shoved down our throat that it becomes a little bit of a turnoff, over commercialized. Well, you have to understand that supply and demand are like always trying to like line up, right? What happened is during 2020, when everybody was sitting at home and everybody was bored as fuck, demand went super high, and then supply was trying to catch up. But then demand went down, and now supply is too high. Supply will naturally come down as less people buy, stupid shit, and it will slowly level off, like back to a normal thing. So yes, we are very likely in a situation in which the demand of the hobby does not match the supply of the hobby, in the reverse sense, where there's too much shit being put out and nobody that wants to actually buy it. And that's fine. That's fine. It'll come down. It'll come down. Because those people that are trying to sell those things won't sell those things, won't make money, and will fuck off. You did review it and you said $500 is sussy newspaper. There we go. I like the sound difference 205 makes on a Switch. Yes, acceptable. The problem that you are trying to solve is to deepen the sound of your Switch. I feel like my favorite sounding board of yours is the Alice. Really? You might enjoy 75% then, because my Alice sounds dense. And I don't like dense sounding boards generally. But most 75% sound dense. I've seen so many Tomos sell below group buy. I told you when it fucking happened. I told you it's not a real TGR. Stop fucking trying to chase, you dumbasses. And everybody that bought a Tomo got what they deserved. How about 200 to 300? All right, 200 to 300, Augur for the 60%. I have like an in-depth YouTube review that's like 40 minutes long on that particular keyboard. For TKL, at 200 to 300 bucks, you could potentially get the Friar or the Brutalist, wrecked, obliterated, whatever it's called, TKL from Canon Keys. At that price point, you can get both of them. What are my favorite gummy O-ring mount boards? OTD Mini, Unicorn, everything else. Is there any good top mount TKL under 300 bucks? If you're willing to spend just the tiniest bit more, you can get a Frog. And the Frog is fucking sick for the price. Oof. Alternatively, just Canon Keys, whatever it's called. Advice for Ariso layout board, prepare your anus. Best high-pitch switch for O-ring mount. Why would you want a high-pitch switch? I mean, JWK. Get some J-Wicks off Taobao for like 18 cents each. Simon, that's a good question. What types of builds in general benefit from a clicky switch build? More specifically, click jacket clickies. I like you. Rattly. And it sounds stupid, but like, for example, the Aru up here, the one with the hieroglyphs all over the top. I received the board, and the second I looked at it, I'm like, I should build this with clickies. And I did, and it was fucking sick. And then later, I'm like, maybe I should have linears, and it sucked. The way that the plate mounts leaves like an entire side of the piece, entire side of the plate. So like, here's a plate. This entire portion up top had nothing to mount to, so it would rattle a little bit. And it was fucking great with clickies. It was so good. So I hope that answers. I read something about how thinner lubes can lubricate switches but deepen the sound less than 205. Yes. Is there any validity to this? Absolutely. A thinner grease or even an oil is going to affect the pitch a lot less. So if you've already got a very deep switch and you want to lube it, you don't want to hit it with 205. Unless you want it to be even more deep. You want to hit it with like 107 or 104. What about the Frog Mini? I have not tried it in person. Oh, everybody's talking shit about 75. Yep, please talk shit about 75. I hate 75 so much. And that's a preference. If you like 75s, that's fine. But goddamn. I mean, I bought the Singa 75 because it was made by Elaine, okay? Everybody's gonna be like, ooh, Elaine's sin. No, I just like to fucking support good makers, and Elaine is a fucking fantastic maker. And I hated the Singa. I hated it so fucking much. However, I was able to sell it to a friend for cost many years down the line. I could have flipped it for a lot more, but fuck it. I'd prefer to make somebody happy. I just saw the video about how the roominess and plastic construction of the NCR80 benefited Clickies more than... yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Having more reverb and a little bit more rattle and more open space for Clickies, oh. But again, it depends what specifically you're targeting with your Clickies. So some people want like a very crisp, very clean click and nothing after that. And some people want to watch the world burn. I'm one of those people. Hey, Simon bought the clunker to dive into a fun solenoid project. Any recommendation on the type of switch to use? First of all, see if you can get your solenoid duration short enough to the point where you can just use linears, basically. So if you can get your solenoid to double fire, so fire on press and depress, in a speed that catches up to your typing speed, then just use linears. Because all the sound you're ever going to hear is going to come from the solenoid. I use a 75 for a work keyboard, but recently became work from home and want to get an NCR80 in its place. Yeah, NCR80 is fucking dope. Favorite Clickies? What kind? Alps, MX, non? Favorite Clickies of all time? Solenoid. Followed by Blue Alps. Solenoid followed by Secret Alps that I'm not going to tell you the name of because the market is already too hard to find them. Followed by Blue Alps. Followed by... I know, we got to categorize them. We have to categorize them, okay? For Alps, we've got like the brand we don't talk about / model we don't talk about, followed by Blue Alps. For MX Click Jacket, the best stock click jacket is Greetech Razor Green. The best non-stock click jacket is Aristotle, because you're going to have to mod the shit out of it. The best click bar is navies, followed by jades, followed by whites. The best non-MX solenoid, followed by Space Invaders. I think that's it. What did I say for the TKL? Around 200 to 300? It's on Canon keys. It's the Rect or the Obliterated, or look at the keyboards. It's the one that boom. It goes boom. The name goes boom. I love how I didn't say buckling spring. Holy shit. Okay, nope. I must atone for my sins. I am very, very sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I'll plug you in. We'll fire up the solenoid. Let's fire up the solenoid. I can't believe I've done this. Okay, I really need to get this 280 out of here because my cable has more aluminum than this fucking keyboard. Alright. Alright. Let's configure the solenoid real quick. Got it. All right. I'm too lazy to zoom in. Use your imagination. Oh, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. I am sorry I ever fucking doubted you. I am so sorry. Oof. Oof. Ah. Does the solenoid strike the internal case? No. But the solenoid is placed right where the speaker grill is. So the sound comes out of there. Generally, you don't want it to impact the case. Not in this case, at least. How do I feel about keyboards with beepers? Solenoid. Solenoid, beepers. You have to calibrate the solenoid every time you reconnect the board? Yes, because the stock firmware has a predefined retract duration or firing duration. Speaker grill? Yeah, Model M's have speaker grills. Shark will tell you all about that in chat because Shark is the biggest fucking vintage nerd of all time and I love him. Is buckling spring heavy? Not really. Not really. Then again, when I type on buckling spring, see, when you type on buckling spring, you just want to fucking slap that ass. You just, So I don't know. I turn into a different man when I type on buckling spring. Like, you know, I'm typing on my Jane D office with 55-gram Hojing springs. I'm typing very delicately. Get the fucking SSK with the solenoid. I'm just like, So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Shark's amazing. Do I have any build left with KBD mod springs? I know my Jane is KBD mod springs. I don't know. I never like kept track of. Oh no, my KFE, which I don't even know where my KFE. So my Jane V2 KBD mod springs, my KFE KBD mod springs, my CE I'm not sure. Maybe my i69, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, not that many. If I had the opportunity to buy like 10,000 KBD mod, 55-gram springs, I'd buy them all. Oh no, we rebuilt it, Gilbert. It's got MX Blacks, and it's so much better. We finished our wine. All right. I am going to get some more wine. So if you have questions, drop them in the chat now, and I'll answer them when I get the wine. All right. Sorry, I got distracted by my very, very cute kitty cat who was sitting in my lazy boy, just chilling. All right. Let's see. Thoughts on Sprit linear springs? Please don't buy from Sprit. In general, just don't buy from Sprit. My thoughts are they're okay springs. Don't buy from Sprit. Sprit has a history of scamming people. We don't support people like that in the hobby. Period. Buy TX springs. TX springs are fucking fantastic. Can I redeem Bat Switch? No. I love how there are just keyboards all over the floor. Oh wow, there's like 4 keyboards in a pile. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boards that are just sitting in my immediate area that I need to put in the cabinet. Oh, there's one on the table over there that you can't see. Can you talk a bit about your experience and preference for different types of aftermarket springs like progressive, complex, etc.? Yep, I sure can. It's all marketing bullshit. Spring is a spring. A spring is going to get heavier as you press it. A spring can be long, a spring can be medium, and a spring can be short. A long spring will basically be compressed before you press it. So a long spring will feel a little bit heavier starting out compared to a shorter spring, right? So a long spring has less of a weight differential between the top and bottom. A medium spring gets heavier as you go down. A short spring basically offers very little resistance and then gets heavier as you reach to the bottom. But there are only 2 things that actually impact a spring: how long it is and its weight. That's it. Progressive, complex, blah, blah, blah are all bullshit terms. And if you have coils on both sides versus one side, dual action, doesn't matter. Go read a physics books. A spring with 2 springy parts is going to spring both of them equally as you press down. It's accomplishing nothing but extracting money from your wallet. What matters the most when it comes to springs is buying consistent springs. A good spring is a set of springs in which the grams difference from spring to spring is 1 gram, plus or minus 1 gram. So all of your keys feel consistent as you type. Cherry, for example, has a plus or minus of 20 gram stock. So absolutely swap your stock springs. Get nice, simple, consistent springs. Don't fall for marketing bullshit. A spring is a spring. When you press it, it gets compressed. It's going to get heavier. I hope in the near future Simon will hoard cats. Wine recommendation? I'm not a big wine guy. If I had to get rid of all my boards and just keep one, I wouldn't keep one. I'd have to cut it down to more than one. How do I feel about Geon springs? I haven't tried them yet. Quick question on keyboards. Do they all make the click-clack sounds? No, some of them just make the clack sounds. Some of them will make the thok sound. And some of them will make no sound. Have you been watching HOTD or Rings of Power? No. No. Long spring, more preload, that's it. You start further in, yep. I used a pen spring because normal one could not push up my spacebar. Jesus, that kind of sounds like a spacebar problem. Because a pen spring will be 500 to 600 grams, and that's way too much. Like I have some 150 gram springs in some random switches. I don't know where they are, but they're definitely somewhere, and damn are they heavy. All right. Is it possible to have a silent build without the scratchiness? Yeah, it doesn't have to be scratchy. Like you can lube it as well. Like, and if you're not experienced with lubing, you can hire somebody to lube your switches. But yeah, see the issue with silent builds is not the scratchiness, it's the muted bottom out feel. Because give me a second. All right. Fuck, I wish my Stream Deck worked. That'd be great. All right, let's turn that on, turn that off. Okay, so here we are. Let us get, do I have an open switch somewhere? I would love to have an open switch somewhere. All right, well, fuck it. We're gonna open the switch. So on a normal switch, we have the stem, right? And this stem basically just goes up and down, right? So eventually this little long PP will contact the bottom of the switch, and then these little rails on the side, you see that little rail on the side, will also contact the bottom and the top of the switch. Now with the silent switch, what happens is up here, hello, focus, up here and down here on the rail, they put a little piece of rubber. And when you put that little piece of rubber, it can potentially feel like you're not properly bottom out. So instead of like a slap, you're like dealing with like, some cushion. And it kind of feels mushy when you bottom out. It won't ever feel scratchy, but it'll feel mushy. If you're okay with mushy, then fine, go for silent switches. Like, totally fine. Like, just don't go and buy like super expensive switches, because higher price does not mean more good. Just figure out something decent. All right, let's go. Progressive springs are a real thing. They're just often mislabeled in this hobby. The weights we're talking about have very little impact. Yes. So a very, very similar logic applies to even like the keyboard like sound science that like I'll delve into. In theory, it has a huge benefit, but in practice, when you're dealing with something like keyboards with so many factors at play, it has almost negligible benefit. Any news on Raise yet? I got it. Starting next month. What do I think of Clicky Space Invaders? They're okay. Bubble UFOs are the best feeling silent switches I've ever tried, and I hate silent switches. I'm happy for you. I wish I could enjoy anything. Since Twitch banned gambling because of potential bad effects to viewers, are keyboards next? If we consider all the people that are like actively like psychologically, financially ruined from keyboards, I'm pretty sure I'm in a very short list of people. I've also seen people try to pretend that the orientation of progressive spring matters. Okay, so here's the thing. There are some springs, like Hojing springs, a Korean maker, where if you don't match the orientation, they feel weird. They feel different. I can't explain how, but they do. I mean, it makes sense because like the top is compressing versus the bottom, and like somehow I could feel that, but it just blows my brain. Just saw a video, I think by Maker Mods, reviewing a silent switch without a rubber bottom. Okay, first of all, be careful what you label a review. It's a lot of words, what you said, and I read like 20% of them. Be careful. Don't trust one source of information, even me, as your only source of information. Get a couple switches. Try it out. Don't get fucking bamboozled and buy 200 and get fucking bamboozled. What is the difference between tactile and clicky switches? Well, clicky switches, they make a sound, right? Tactile switches, you feel them as they actuate. So as I press down, a clicky switch will click at one point, and that is when it has actuated. A tactile switch will give me a little bump to let me know that I've actuated. We're getting a lot of like super newbie questions, which is totally fine, by the way. But to those of you that have like very little idea about like how deep this rabbit hole goes, it goes deep. Best screw-in stabs on the market? GMK screw-ins, or just cherry screw-ins, basically. Get them for like $6 from Taobao. Don't pay more. When is long hair making a comeback? I mean, I'm working on it. Do I have a favorite spring? I absolutely do. It's KBD Mod 55 gram springs. KBD Mod is K-Mac's brand. K-Mac is the Korean maker that stopped making keyboards in 2013. So good luck. Thoughts on reported bad QC on recent key cults in the TGR GAF 910? Yeah, I have thoughts. My thoughts are, get fucked. Sorry, but yeah. What do you think is a great switch for vintage-inspired boards? Want to lean into the theme for a Class 80? I mean, you can always go clicky because, like, the most vintage thing is clicky. Alternatively, you can maybe go with a soft tactile, like maybe Hyperglide MX Browns or something like that. Are Ambers worth the hype? Not for me. I always do as my father Black Simon does, and now I have lost all my money on the stock market. Welcome. Oh, I caught up with chat. Damn, I'm so good at this. Nice, I can drink alcohol. Oh, that's good alcohol. You mean stock market? I haven't even checked the market in so long because I lost all my money. My brother sending me messages like, oh, the market is down. Like, joke's on them. I lost all my money. What's a recession? I got no money to lose. Will Taya come back to keyboard now that he has family? You mean a wife? A wife isn't, not even legally family. Because a wife can leave you, your kids can't leave you. They can't stop being your kids, but your wife can stop being your wife. So I'm pretty sure he's going to keep keyboard streaming. I know, solid logic there, solid logic. Any more boards on the way? Not that I know of. Other investments you have besides stocks? How does one move away from Apple ecosystem? That's a very specific question. Well, it depends how deep you are in the ecosystem. Like, I have an iPhone. There it is. I have an iPhone mini because it's a good small phone, you know. I have a Mac mini. I'm not signed into iCloud. I don't use iCloud backup. I have all my contacts on like Google Contacts. That's like my way of like not getting deep into Apple's ecosystem, because Apple is like, oh no, you ran out of space. You took 12 pictures. Oh, please pay us money. And I'm just like, fuck you. I'll just keep them on my phone. So start with that. And then like, there's nothing wrong with buying an Apple product as much as I fucking hate Apple. And I do. I hate Apple. And I have an iPhone and like AirPods and a Mac mini that I use as a piracy server. But the logic that I use is always very simple. Always buy the best tool for the job. The best tool is the tool that, price to performance, will accomplish the job in the best way possible. Which is why I have the phone that I have and that Mac in my living room, for example. So if you ever come into a situation in which you're like, maybe this isn't the best play, then consider something else. Have you ever had a Keychron K8? Yes, I have a K8 Pro and it is very good for the price. Do you insure your board collection? Bro, I don't even insure myself. I got like dental problems a week ago and I had to pay out the ass for it. So the 280S was the last board you waited for? No, Weavin is still on the way. What does your brother do at Atlassian? Nice try. The alternative is Google, which can be much worse. Absolutely. Absolutely. How does one rig the Koi raffle system to win the TGR V2 ME? I'm pretty sure you can just win. Why didn't you buy an Intel NUC instead of the Mini? Cheaper and more powerful? I was specifically targeting low power. And at idle, the Mac Mini uses 7 watts of power to run all of my piracy software, which I previously ran on my stream computer, which consumed 180 watts at idle. So what I considered was power draw versus it doing the task, and the Mac Mini won. Also, the Mac Mini was a lot cheaper than a NUC. I got the normal K8. What did you do to your K8? I did a few things. I removed the silicone inside, but you absolutely don't have to. But the Pro is, I don't remember how the Pro is different, but I really liked it. Like, they sent me 2 boards to try out, and I'm just like, wow, the K8 is good. And then they sent me the Q3, and I'm like, wow, this is more expensive, but shittier. Is the Mini an M1? Yes. The keycaps are different? No, they're not. Oh, versus the Standard and the Pro? The Pro caps are really good, by the way. Like, I don't like the profile, but they're good caps for the price. Oh yeah, the Pro also has VIA and like wireless and stuff. It's a really good board, honestly. Again, for the price, it is so fucking good. You know who's been ghosting me? Jay. Like Prototypist Jay. Does anybody have contact with Prototypist Jay? Can you tell him to answer my DMs, please? Hello, Krellbit. It is the 21st night of September. I'm glad you remembered. Do you have any board with CRP keycaps you can do a quick sound test on? Yes, I can. I'm not gonna actually do it, but here's what I'm gonna do. Because my fucking overlay doesn't work, I'm gonna go detective mode, and we're gonna go to twitch.tv/Black Simon. We're gonna mute me. Shut up. Shut up. Is it muted? I can't tell. Nope. Okay. Clips. Okay. How do I mute me? Okay, whatever. We'll... There you go. So this is the 280 that we built last stream, and it's got CRP on it. And wait, is this not the sound test? This is not the sound test. Wait, let's actually put up a vote. How do I watch full video? Watch full video. I'm so good at Twitch, guys. Okay, let's find it. Holy quality. Holy quality. Okay. You're using like fucking like... Okay, VIA has been opened. Let's plug it in. Okay, is this sound testing? Oh yeah, that's sound testing. That's fine. Yeah. I have to wait. So good at sound testing. That's assuming G on... Or like from a user... Hello? Come on, Simon. Like very manageable. Like, yeah, there is a color difference. It's mostly like... There it is. Found it. Yeah, that's a 5. So that wasn't fully built, and that was stock switches, by the way. So CRP good. CRP good. Also, like if you want like an actual sound test with CRP, youtube.com/Black Simon. Go to like any of my reviews that has CRP on it. CRP avail. Yeah, this has CRP. Typing test. This CRP. CRP. Yeah. But CRP do sound good, okay? CRP do sound very good. And it's not about sound, it's more about feel for me. Like, I'm more feel-oriented than sound-oriented in a lot of cases. All right, wait, I have to answer some questions. In what way are CRP's caps better? The blanks themselves and the die-up quality is a lot better. The texture is different. The rounding on the edges of keycaps is different. It's the little things, like diminishing returns. There's always diminishing returns. If you want value, buy a 28. How is that so loud? Okay. If you want no diminishing returns, buy a $28 set of fucking Shenpo, because everything above that, major diminishing returns. Do I only use index and thumb for typing? I have nerve damage in my left hand. What board am I currently using? I am currently using a 1987 SSK that has been cushionless modded and had a solenoid installed. Opinion on putting keycaps, not for me personally. Again, remember, I'm like more feel oriented, and I prefer like a nice keycap, like a nice solid keycap that just feels good to press, not something that's like visually appealing. Why are stabilizers such bitches? They're absolutely not. They're absolutely not. They're like 2 rules to stabilizers. Buy $5 and $31 stabilizer sets from China, okay? And then follow my stab guide, which is like clip them and lube them, and that's it. Are face sets dead? God, I fucking hope so. Am I putting DCS 9009 on the 280? Yes. I have K8 and play guitar for like 5 to 6 years. Is it just me or is the F1 8X a top sounding and typing keyboard? Yes. But visually and like aesthetically, like just carrying it around, it's got like sharp edges, sharp corners. It's a bitch to carry. It's hard to pick up. I think the sound of the F1 is not like to my perfect liking, but the feel of the F1 is good. I have boards I prefer the feel more of, but the F1 is definitely good. Am I joining the Jane raffle? 1, it's not a raffle. 2, it's not a Jane. And 3, no. Why isn't it working? Okay, my fucking Elsa cam isn't working. I'm so pissed off. Alright, well, there's a cat there. I can't even use my phone because NDI also is broken when OBS updated. Is there much difference in the F1 series? Yeah, the original F1. Wait, no. Anything that has F1 in the name is an F1. I was wondering if OG blank palm plus blank relegendables would look good. Oh. I mean, if you're gonna go palm, you gotta go all palm. You gotta commit. You gotta commit to the palm. Because if you're mixing like ABS, relegendables with palm, you're gonna feel and hear a sizable difference. Any plans for any new watch purchases? Nope. But eventually will come the day where I give up and sell my whole collection and just buy the one watch I want. Thoughts on 1.2mm PCB in the F1? If you're going plateless, sure. How do full alu boards design for sound without weights? Well, you can control a lot of things. You can control how your plate mounts. You can control like the design of your plate, whether it has cuts or whatever. You can control the surface underneath it. So how much open area is it and what angle does it sit at, as well as like, will you be incorporating any sound traps into it, etc., etc. There's a lot of ways. Acoustics is a whole fucking rabbit hole. But yeah. Can you do some nice leaks on NWO 5000? Nope, I got nothing new. Can you blow rings with your vape? Sometimes, but like if I like think about it and try, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm fucking it up. No, that was a good one. All right, listen, it's been 2 hours. We did good. All right, let's find some victim to raid. What would be the worst metal to use for a key? Gold. Because it would cost you $580,000 for like, you know, a 3 kilo TKL. All right, let's find somebody to raid. Twitch. Keyboard? Oh my god, I literally typed keyboards. Keyboard? Alright, let's go. There's a random dude with 2 viewers. Fuck it, let's go. 79 follows. Let's fucking show him the loving of the thought. Alright, our raid message is going to be Black Simon Bodhi. And I'll hang out with you guys a little bit. Alright, see you guys on Saturday.